I have an update. I did not realize how many books I have been reading that are heavily influenced by social media. There is nothing wrong with that. I have had a blast in this last year and a half reading books recommended by my friends. For the most part, books are popular for a reason. I love having a community of book friends where I know that if they recommend a book, I am more than likely going to love it. Like, I love that. And I love having that option. But the fact that I have gotten nervous to pick my own books is the problem. But this is what the cycle looked like. You read a book, you come online, you post it, you review it, you engage with your book friends, you watch their videos. You're easily influenced. You might not be. I am easily influenced by my book friends because they know what they're talking about. Read their book, review it, engage, read their book, review it, engage, and it's just on and on. And that is cool. Like, I had a great time doing that for a year and a half. But like I said, the fact that I am nervous to pick my own book is a huge problem for me because I am really big on trusting in the decisions that you make for yourself and not depending on other people to guide you all of the time. Therefore, I put all the books that I was reading on pause just for the moment because we need to rebalance the scale and I need to focus more on the books that I selected for myself. So that's where we are today. I am just going to give you a quick update on what I've been up to. I finished The Minders. I am on a John Mars kick. I think this is my 8th or 9th John Mars book. So you can just call me a connoisseur, a John Mars expert. Go ahead. Thank you. Thank you very much. What I come to realize is I favor his Dark Future series. Family Experiment, The Minders, The Passengers, The One, and The Marriage Act. I'm reading The Marriage Act next. Love it. There are two things that I know for a fact when I read John Mars. Number one, good things come to those who wait. If his book seems slow in the beginning, be patient, my friend. The end will make up for it. Number two, no one, and I mean absolutely no one, is safe. Not the babies, not the old ladies, and definitely not the main characters. Everybody is subject and eligible to die in any manner at any time. John Mars, thank you. Thank you very much. This book is self-prescribed. I picked this up from the horror section. Not sure why it's considered a horror because it is not scary at all. I think this should be more of a thriller with a sci-fi twist type of book because it just was not scary. I picked it because the resort in the snow-capped mountains, like, that's my favorite setting. The book was kind of bland in the beginning. There were 2 POVs. If it was not for the one that was the most interesting, I might have DNF'd it. But I hung in there and I was satisfied with how they came together. So I did enjoy this book. This is a page turner. For me, this is my second Tami Hoag book. The first one that I read last year was called Bad Liar. Interestingly enough, I pulled Bad Liar off of the shelf a year ago, looked at it, fell in love with the cover, but put it back because I had not heard anything about it. The next day, because I could not stop thinking about it, the next day I went back, pulled it out, bought it, and loved it. Bad Liar was so good. When I saw her book the other day in the store, I almost did not get it because I have not heard. I really don't hear a lot about Tami Hoag in general, really. So I almost put it back, but I did not because I am familiar with her work and I do love the way that she writes. It's just elegant, like the way that she describes the horizon. And she doesn't take 2 paragraphs to do it. She can expertly describe something in 1 sentence. This is your investigative detective type story. The investigator in this book is a hothead, and she definitely did piss me off a couple of times because she continued to put herself in situations that you can totally tell that she just did not care about her life. But other than that, she was actually likable. The other characters were likable. The investigation itself is interesting, and This was a page turner for me. It's not your typical twists and turns at every corner type of book. But yet I did read this in like 2 days. I love Tami Hoag's writing. If Stephen King's name is on it and I'm just in the mood for Stephen King, I'm going to get it. I love the texture. I love the color. I love the picture. I love the font of his name. I haven't read Skeleton Crew, so I picked it. Later realizing that it is also a short story collection, which I love short stories. I think short stories have become my favorite type of horror because I get so many in one book. And I can read a story in one sitting and then get up and move about my day. So this is a short story collection. I am in love with this right now. I got these two at the same time. This was recommended by someone on Instagram. And as soon as I saw her recommend it, I knew I wanted it because one, it's a short story collection, and two, I have two Nat Cassidy books, but I haven't read them yet. So I figured that if I got the short story collection, that would be a great way to introduce myself to Nat Cassidy. And so what I did was I had both of these at the same time, but I only want to commit to one of them. So I read a short story here, like I read 2 or 3 out of this one and 2 or 3 out of this one. And I did choose Stephen King because they're both really great. A nightmare. Like the stories that I've read are nightmares, but the difference is the character depth. I am a sucker for character, and Stephen King, it's what he tells us about his characters that make me so happy. Like he tells us things about his characters that no one wants to say out loud. So I will forever be a Stephen King fan, but for now I have committed myself to this short story collection. This has been giving me the horror kick or the horror fix that I need, and then I will go back and read I Know a Place another day. Just a quick little description of what type of stories are in this book. There is a guy who is on a road trip. He goes into one of those rinky-dink gas stations late at night, early in the morning. He gets locked in the bathroom. And if you think scary things cannot happen in a one toilet locked bathroom, read I Know a Place, because lots of things can happen. I am also currently reading a book on my Kindle called Edge of Collapse. It is an apocalyptic survival thriller, and it is book 1 of a 7-book series, and I love it. I am about 60% in. I don't mind starting series. If I get to the end of book 1 and I like book 2, then I move on. If not, then I let it go. The way the book started was this woman who's been held captive for 5 years. She wakes up because all of the electricity went out and it's completely silent and her door is unlocked. I gotta say, like, that book I am enjoying so much. I love it. I love it. These are my next 2 physical reads. The Marriage Act, which is, you know, John Mars, and then Nat Cassidy, Nestlings. When I picked it up, like, I don't even know what these books be about. Like, I just want to read it because the cover looks good. And yeah, we finna see. So next time, the next video, I will update you on how these 2 go. And in the meantime, I'm going to continue self-prescribing my books. And, you know, like I said, there is nothing wrong with following recommendations, especially if you aren't really comfortable with choosing your own books yet. But I highly advise everyone to just get back to the old way of picking your books and just get in tune with basically the energy of you, you know, because when I go look at these books, I'm trusting in my energy to select my book, to bring me to the book for me. And I completely understand why it's nerve-wracking because it's risky. Sometimes the books aren't talked about for a reason, but I'm a risk taker, so I'm finna get right back to it, taking risks and enjoying my reading journey. So thank you for listening.